Young and the Restless spoilers for February 9th. 13th, expect Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, raging at his family, and Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters cheering. As we always do on early edition day, we start with what's coming the rest of this week, then we'll dive into next week. On Wednesday, February 4th, we've got Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, leaving Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, a message saying he loves her. He knows she's upset and thinks that he bailed on her. Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, overhears and joins them. And Billy tells him that Jill Abbott's, Jess Walton, condition is worse. Billy is scared he's going to lose his mom, but he says that Snapper is optimistic. Jack thinks Billy taking Chancellor is a huge mistake, but of course he disagrees with Jack. Billy says Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, getting her hands on Chancellor would be much worse. Jack, meanwhile, thinks Billy should go and be with Jill, but he says that she asked him to stay put in Genoa City. Jack wants to know if Billy is putting Chancellor before Jill, which is interesting because Sally thinks that Billy is putting Chancellor before her and Jill both. Billy gets mad and he storms out on Jack. Elsewhere, Lauren Fenmore, Tracy Bregman, tells Michael Baldwin, Christian Jules Leblanc, that Jill can't handle any stress and she's doing very poorly. Diane joins them and of course, she's quite thrilled that Victor was slapped by Karma. Michael, however, unexpectedly feels bad for Victor. He feels bad for Victor, but he also warned him about using the AI. And now it's come back to bite him. Lauren thinks Diane is right to cheer this and that Victor had it coming. Lauren doesn't want Michael getting close to Victor again, but Michael defends Victor and says he feels really bad for what he's going through. Later, Billy and Lauren spend some time talking about Jill and her health. Diane and Jack discuss trying to get Jabot back online after the shutdown. They also argue about Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, and Michael. Diane still thinks Jack doesn't see Nikki clearly. Diane hates how close he is to Nikki, and she says she hates it almost as much as Victor does. Diane's also annoyed that Jack never gives Michael the benefit of the doubt, but always gives it to Nikki. Victor's portrait from Newman Tower is dropped off at the new ranch just as Chelsea Lawson Newman, Melissa Claire Egan, shows up. She tells Victor she doesn't like his revenge plan that Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, told her about using Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil. Victor is mad that Chelsea told Nikki about it as well. They want to know exactly what Victor has done with Lily and her kids. Nikki keeps trying to reach Lily and can't get through. Adam joins the conversation, but Victor at this point is so unhinged. He won't explain anything and calls his family backstabbers before he storms out. Nikki is hoping that Victor would be able to talk Lily into working with them, but Adam doesn't think that will happen because of how Victor went after Lily during the whole takeover at Chancellor. Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, and Phyllis Swan into the Newman CEO office. They're happy to see the mustaches painting is gone. Phyllis talks about renaming it Ashby Summers, but Kane shuts that down and says the name Newman Enterprises is important and carries weight. And Phyllis keeps griping, but Victor comes in and asks to speak to Kane alone. Phyllis steps out and then Victor tells Kane he had better give him back Newman Enterprises, or he will never see Lily and the twins again. Victor is going to tell him he has them, which is kind of ironic because Lily and the twins have both told Kane already they don't want to see him again. On Thursday, February 5th, we are going to have Kane getting support from Phyllis. Kane is obviously going to tell Phyllis that Victor snatched Lily and the kids, but I doubt Phyllis will believe that they're in any danger. Victor would make way too many enemies if he hurt them. Devon Hamilton, Brighton James, Abby Newman, Melissa Ordway, Jill, and Nikki would all come for him. Victor tries to convince his family to trust in his plan, and to trust him with this big move he's making against Kane. Also this week, Detective Burrow, Matt Cohen, is going to get together with Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, Abby and Devin over at the Chancellor Mansion to talk about Dominic Chancellor, Ethan Ray Clark, and Mariah Copeland. Cameron Grimes, Abby, and Devin are hoping Burrow can find them. By the way, if he's not already signed on, he is going to be with the GCPD soon as a detective. On Friday, February 6th, we've got Victor really putting the screws to Kane. Phyllis probably thinks Victor's bluffing, but Kane may not want to risk it. Whether Lily is playing along or not, I'm sure Kane isn't going to be able to reach her and he may panic. Will Kane really give in and give everything back they took? I don't think Phyllis is going to let that happen. Meanwhile, Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller, and Jack make a new power move. They're taking Jabot back online. Will they also make a move against Victor and kick him while he's down? I think Diane would be all for that. Plus, Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, goes to Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, for help with a new assignment. I wonder if Kane has tasked Holden to try and get a lead on where Lily may be. There's a chance Claire may betray Victor because she's pretty mad about all the things he's done on Young and the Restless. Claire might barter that info for the information she wants on Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver. Meanwhile, Maria continues on the run this week with Dominic and imaginary Ian Ward, Ray Wise, riding shotgun. The following week, February 9th through the 13th, we are deep into February sweeps, and we've got Maria's scary downward spiral picking up the pace. She and Dominic are going to stay on the run, but their pursuers are coming for them. It looks like she's heading south, maybe back to Florida. Burrow, Devin, and Abby are going to hop on a private jet to try and stop Maria from carrying out her plan. We'll see if Sharon, Tessa, and others go along. Meanwhile, Daniel Romalotti, Michael Graziadei, is there for Tessa as she worries about Maria's increasingly scary behavior. This may push Tessa to go ahead and get a quickie divorce from Maria, so she can get sole custody of area Porter Copeland, now that her estranged wife is out kidnapping kids. Sharon, meanwhile, is consumed with guilt over Maria, and is blaming herself for what has happened. In other news, Adam has a very nice Valentine's Day surprise for Chelsea. Claire keeps going after Audra, and I wonder if Sienna's remark about a guy going missing is enough to send Claire down the path to find out that Holden and Audra accidentally killed that guy. Kyle and Audra are playing cat and mouse games again. Claire just asked Kyle out to dinner, and he would be an absolute idiot to put that at risk by playing games with Audra, but I don't think he can help himself. He was playing with fire before, and he may get burned again. Kane gives Victor an answer to his ultimatum about the Lily threat, and Nick Newman's Joshua Morrow struggle is going to worsen. Plus, Billy goes to extremes to prove his love and commitment to Sally. He is trying to convince her that running Chancellor doesn't mean he's choosing it over her. Finally, Noah Newman, Lucas Adams, is going all out to impress Sienna Bacol, Tamara Braun, to convince her they should stay together, but I don't think Noah's going to win this one. Look for more from Matt Clark, Roger Howarth, by the way. I think he went out too fast and low-key for February sweeps. We've still not seen him in handcuffs getting Mirandized.